But we start today with this story. Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava, I got it. I practiced that since I woke up this morning, is, according to Adam Sparks, who writes for Vols Quest, seeking a new multi-million-dollar NIL deal just ahead of the transfer portal opening up, creates a tense situation for the Volunteers who finished spring practice with their orange and white game this Saturday.
It's awkward and strange that especially the guy who, I mean, we know how much he got the first time around. It was subject of a very massive court case that changed the face of college athletics once again. And, I mean, he played okay last year, but he didn't play give me a raise worthy last year. As a matter of fact, I mean, they were in the playoff, so good for them, but – you know, like maybe I don't know what this is about. Like it's weird. And again, they don't know if he's going to go in the transfer portal, if this is just a who knows, but welcome to college sports.
He will be having a media session. Craig, his next appearance expected after the spring game on Saturday.
Yeah, first of all, it's just VolQuest. There's no S on the end of Vols, but they've been around a long time. And congratulations on, I think, sort of kind of getting the Nico last name pretty close, certainly closer than you have in probably previous efforts, certainly all of us in previous efforts.
Iamaleava.
Yeah, you did foul off the first pitch, but we'll let you take it.
Iamaleava.
I had a foul tip?
Yeah, fouled off the first pitch.
I have that. Listen, compared to the first time I ever tried, and I hate it, and I know, Craig, that your ears burn. I just butchered him almost every time.
That was definitely your best shot.
Thank you very much.
Iamaleava is how you say it, but I think this is just here's the thing. I need to know the details. Like, I need to know the details. Is this him and his representatives saying that he needs more money because others are trying to poach him or because he just feels justified to it? Or is this Tennessee saying, pal, you make too much money. You're not quite worth what we're investing in you, especially if the early figures are correct of like $7 million and whatnot. You were pretty good last year. You weren't one of the best quarterbacks in the country, though. So we could really use to push some money over to like the defensive side of the ball or get you some weapons. Like, who's asking for the negotiation here?
His father would not comment or not available immediately. One of the things Adam Sparks wrote in this was he signed that blockbuster NIL contract, which we discussed in 2022, reportedly paid him more than $2 million per year, which, of course, over a 3 or 4 year period of time, that you got the totals on that. So that remains to be seen.
Okay, if it's from his side, then I'm Tennessee. I'm saying, all right, dude, see you later. I mean, you've already ponied up pretty good money for him. He's a good quarterback, a really good quarterback, potentially. But I just think this sucks for college football, no matter who it is. I don't think guys should be signing deals and then, renegotiating constantly. This is where the NFL is absolutely better than college football. You sign your deal, that is your deal. Now, you might have some contract negotiations at times.
Guys hold out, skip practice.
But you typically do that when you've come off of like a really good year. And he was good. He was not great. So I don't know where the idea for this came from, or if this is just common now where every offseason you've got to renegotiate, which we have seen that plenty of times. So maybe that's just the case here. But the timing of it reeks if you're Tennessee. I just need more details because I don't think he played to a level where he needs to be renegotiating post-spring. But also the timing of it is why details matter, because is this going – hey, we got you all the way through spring. Now we're going to pop it on you, Josh Heupel, that now we want more money. We're going to screw you guys over. Mm-hmm. And so that's where this is not quite clear to me just yet, and I am interested to learn more of the details on exactly what's going on here. But, yeah, I first saw that, and what was my response in the group chat?
You said, I hope he's going to get a pay cut.
No, I said it's negotiating. I said, yeah, it better be for a pay cut. I mean, because I don't –
Well, you're right. He didn't have the best numbers. He threw for nearly 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 5 picks, ran for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. But – you know, he wasn't like at the very top of the quarterback list or the ones that were.
Look, they made the playoff. That's his
absolutely, man.
That's his negotiating stronghold there. That's where he's got a point. Like, hey, we were one of the 12 teams in the playoff. Don't worry about what happened when we got there. And we got drilled at home by the eventual national champion. That is notwithstanding. You wanted me to get you to the playoff, and I got you to the playoff. That is the only thing I can say is the real negotiating stronghold here. But he is from the West Coast, and there are a couple teams out there that I think would like to have a quarterback of his skill set. So I wonder if, some of this is the tampering that goes on, and it comes from that side of the country.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some of that. I'm just saying, if it was me, from my perspective, if this is like a move on his and his agent's part to screw you over as spring ball's wrapping up and all of a sudden say, oh, yeah, now we want more money, I think that's BS. I think that sucks for the game. I think that sucks for Tennessee fans. I think that sucks for any fan base, whether you feel like it's justified or not. I just don't think that's good for the sport. So to see that, again, need more details, but if I'm Tennessee, I saw plenty of their fans who were like, all right, see ya. Like, they don't want to do this and play this game, because then what happens next year? Mm-hmm. We're going to do this all over again. What happens the year after that if he stays? We're going to do this all over again. What kind of precedent does that set? So, yeah, man, this is the part of the game that is right near the top of the list of what drives coaches crazy. And then again, what if it were to come out that Tennessee's like, hey, maybe we think you should take a little bit of a shave? Obviously, he's not going to go for that, but I think that's where some people's minds immediately went of negotiation. Well, on the part of who? Most likely him trying to get more money and doing it at a time where they're vulnerable. But that's college football in 2025 for you.
On3 also had a report about this, that the NIL collective that pays him on behalf of Tennessee trying to hammer out a deal this week. He signed that deal, so no one's talking. He won't be available till after the spring game Saturday. Father has not yet responded. Neither has, in fact, the sports group that represents him. But, yeah, this is interesting. In the NFL, you could have a 5-year deal or a 3-year deal, and you got guys that hold out or won't go to workouts. But there are contracts that also kick in fines. And if you want to sit out a year, you're not getting paid. And you could, but so this, again, it's a pro model. So now, has anyone else done this yet that we know of publicly?
I mean, I don't know how public it was. And based on what I saw, it's not like there's bad blood here.
No,
I mean, he's they're just, it's business, right? It's just business. It's just the type of business that we're not used to seeing in this fashion very, very much at all, if ever. So the fact that it is so public, I think, is what's kind of shocking on the surface of it. If I were to guess, they're going to knock out a deal. Everybody will be happy. He'll be the starting quarterback, and they'll expect to go make the playoff and compete for a natty. But if it's more of one of those messy situations that, is holding hostage, then I think that's where it obviously could get very ugly, and you'd have Tennessee fans going, all right, screw this, let's move on. But it doesn't sound like it's that. It sounds like it's just business, and we'll see where that business lands them. But I don't know how this is fun for people of a fan base, of a coaching staff, to have to deal with this on a yearly basis and not know whether or not each year you're going to have the same starting quarterback based on negotiations. I just think that sucks.
You know what the roster depth chart looks like at quarterback?
Probably pretty thin.
Nico. They also have Jake Merklinger, a former 4-star recruit who threw for 48 yards as a freshman. He was highly ranked as a number 11 quarterback in the 2024 class. And George McIntyre, a 4-star recruit who signed with UT in the 2025 class, arrived on campus, in fact, as an early enrollee from Brentwood Academy.
And look, I don't blame him or his people. I don't blame Tennessee for whatever type of reaction. I mean, again, it's just business. So, very interesting. I don't know how many times you can go to this well. And then again, maybe he goes pro. He has a huge year, and he ends up going to the NFL, and it was all worth it. And then again, maybe not. And then, we'll see what happens there. But, it seems like this will probably get hammered out, and it's a bit of drama headline-wise to probably force the issue a little bit publicly. and he'll be in orange and white next year and throwing touchdown passes and trying to lead them back to the playoff. But man, it's hard to get used to a headline like that. Even if we haven't seen it a ton, we've seen it enough to just be weird for the game of college football.